We've all heard of miraculous stories, stars that come out of nowhere, and then suddenly they fall. They fall so epically fast that it's unbelievable. Let's take Derrick Rose from the Chicago Bulls in the NBA.
Why not? Why can't I be the MVP of the league? Why can't I be the best player in the league?
Yes, he worked so hard to become the MVP, the most valuable player of the league. And then, suddenly, now, he falls so hard with injuries constantly coming at him. He falls so hard down the hill, and now he can never get back up. Just like the way Derrick Rose stumbles and falls to the ground, so do this Dota team. Yes, NAVI, Natus Vincere, the renowned stars of Dota, the shining light of every Dota fan, falls down so epically fast that it's unbelievable. This is the story of Natus Vincere. In the first part of the video, we show the supremacy of NAVI back in the old days. Then, part 2, we answer how they begin to fall and what ultimately made them into complete darkness. And part 3, the last part of this video, we show what is the current situation of Team NAVI. So let's get to it.
For a shot, all 5. Dandy, he's gonna jump out. He goes for the dream call, he gets him. He gets Ehorn, holds him in the middle lane. NAVI already on the way out of the pit. They're coming in to help out Dandy.
Then he just went in and demolished them.
NAVI are the champions. There's moments of esports that are landmark, and this is one of them.
Part 1. Back from TI1, TI2, even the international TI3, NAVI was a supreme, most dominant team. They were the best team. Yes, they lost to Alliance, but it was a close nail-biter in TI3. The game was in the bag, but at the end, Team NAVI fell short to Rat Dota. Then we look at the International 2. They lost to Invictus Gaming, which was a nasty Chinese team. Nevertheless, the point is that back in the early days of Dota, and back during the first 3 TIs, NAVI made it to every single final. They were in the grand finals of 3 internationals back to back to back.
An elite organization of world leaders, business authorities, innovators, artists, and other influential members of this planet.
Now imagine that. Imagine a Dota team in this day and age that's able to make it to 3 grand finals in a row. Yeah, very highly unlikely. This goes to show how strong and dominant and deadly Team NAVI was. In fact, everyone in the world feared them. They were scared of them. It was like facing against Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal Lakers. You knew they were simply better, more stronger, more skilled, more intellectually capable of destroying you. At the time, Puppy was their captain and drafter, while Dandy and Havos were their main carries or attackers. What made NAVI special was both Puppy's intellectual decision and the playmaking abilities imposed by Havos and Dandy. You see, Puppy made their true skills shine the most when it mattered. This is why NAVI were dominant in the old days.
Oh, it's a disaster! They've lost 5! NAVI! It could have been amazing for Tongfu! But what a play by Light of Heaven and Puppy!
Best fight ever.
Now, let's go to part 2. In this part, we answer how and why NAVI start to fall. Why did they fall?
Another coil, gonna catch 2. That's Kuro and Puppy.
Their first demise comes from TI3, where they lose at a heartbreaking fashion. Game 5 against Alliance was so close, and it was in any team's hands.
TP, he's out! He canceled the beat, Puppy, he's not gonna be back in the base.
He's got BKB, but no boots of travel. Coil on 2.
Cancels Dengi's TP as well. They are in huge trouble.
Funix caught. Now if they go for the throne, it could be game. Funix down. Alliance are doing it. They need a little more. Supposed to fall. Don't. It's jeopardy. There's a glimpse. It's going to be their last stand.
Alliance wins. They win. TI3.
Both Alliance and NAVI did everything they could, but in the end, NAVI lost. At that time, many teammates began to fight with one another. Internal fights came out. We specifically see this when Kuroki gets in an argument with Havos. In the middle, Dandy was always the sweet, kind-hearted guy and simply tried to make everyone happy. But he could not.
You say all-star team, okay? There are 107 players that have played 100 or more Dota 2 matches. The top 4 winning percentages in that group of players are all on Team Secret.
Puppy then made the biggest and most impactful change to NAVI. You see, Puppy felt like he was the mastermind and deserved more credit. And to this day, this reigns true. But we'll talk about this a little bit later. Their biggest detrimental change occurs when Puppy, their greatest mind, decides to leave the team. Puppy left and made his own team while NAVI suffered. They could not replace this great strategic drafter and thinker. In fact, NAVI began to lose right from that moment. But due to the hype created by Dandy from the past, NAVI's economy still thrives. Today, most of their revenue comes from their YouTube channel and its sponsors. Because they were so big, their fans have become immortalized. When you say anything bad about NAVI, those immortal fans come in and attempt to rip your head off. Seriously. Don't anger NAVI fans. Anyways, now we know how NAVI's demise began and why it still continues. To this day, NAVI do not have a good drafter, they don't have a good captain, nor do they have a good strategist. At the moment, Havost is their current coach. But think about it. Havost was a carry player, not a strategist. He cannot intellectually lead Team NAVI. 2. Dandy is their superstar and playmaker. He also needs to be told what to do, similar to Sumail from Team EG, or Evil Geniuses. Dandy and Sumail are players that simply play their own style of Dota and cannot become leaders or captains. They need guidance. They need a procedure to follow. Now, the last part of this video is in regards to the current situation and future of NAVI. At the moment, NAVI have invested a big amount towards Dandy, and rightfully so. He is a star, a one-in-a-generation kind of player. However, at the moment, his stardom outweighs his ability to play Dota. He is not great without Puppy, and this is 100% true. Many NAVI fans might be upset, but I am speaking facts. And I repeat, Dandy without Puppy is nothing. He is not a threat to anyone. Today, NAVI suffer because they cannot gel together. They don't have a good captain, and Havo is a bad coach.
Dandy is going to be controlled. FNATIC looking to finish this one off. It went the full series, but this is looking over.
So now we have witnessed or understood how a team falls down from glory. Yes, many things can happen, and this is how life works. One moment, you're at the top of your class, and then in the next moment, with a blink of an eye, boom, that shine, that spotlight, that glory is gone. Nature's Vincier have no longer their fame, their glory that they once had. And remember, folks, never take anything for granted. Never take the glory that you have, the gifts that you have for granted. Always appreciate and remember to stay humble. Until next time, this is the story of how the greatest team in Dota has fallen to absolute darkness. How a shining star now becomes a little dark ball of meaningless dead weight. Make sure you subscribe to Crystalis Dota to get beautiful narrations like this. And if you have a topic, please let me know in the comments below.